Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Freddie, and I'm back with another video. It is February, the best month of the year. I don't care what y'all say about it being the shortest, that's okay. It's the best month. You know why? For two reasons. It's Black History Month, so shout out to all the Black creators, Black business owners, Black everything, Black really back, okay? And I have one quote for that is, God created Black people and Black people created style. And if you really look at it, that's all we got. We got style, baby. We got style. And the people love to copy our style. But that's another topic for another day. And it's also my birthday month. So shout out to all the Pisces out there. Our time is coming. And we're about to shut it down. The best sign of the whole zodiac. We're the last for a reason. Because what's the saying? They save the best for last. So shout out to all my Pisces out there. Let's get it. Let's show them why they save the best for last. Okay? And it's also Valentine's Day. So at the end of this video, I will have my Valentine with me, and we will be discussing love languages and our history together, and look forward to that. But let's just get straight into it with the Grammys. Grammys was February 2nd, and honestly, this was probably the best Grammys that I have ever seen. I don't think we've never in my lifetime I've never seen a Grammy Awards show this good. We had great performances like Sabrina Carpenter. She did her whole Goldie Hines tribute. If I said her name incorrectly, I apologize. But what I like about Sabrina's performance was that it was funny. It was funny. It was cute. And she gave us a quick little 1-2, and I like that. I can appreciate that. Another great performance was Doechii. Doechii did great. She also won Best Rap Album. Shout out to her being the third Black woman to win Best Rap Album right after Cardi B and Lauryn Hill. Doechii did a great job. I love all the background dancers. I love how everyone kind of looked the same, like they kind of all look like Doechii, but I like that. Like, it was just creative. And I liked how when the little underwear suit she had on, I don't know if that was Tom Brown, because I know she was wearing Tom Brown before, with all her outfits. But the underwear suit, body down, okay? Body down. I think what I want for this year, because I know it could happen because they were on tour together, I want Doechii and Doja to do a song together. They are the two girls right now who are just killing the rapping. Yes, Megan is killing it too, don't get me wrong. But Doechii and Doja are rapping and dancing. You don't see that a lot with female rappers. And I can appreciate that from both artists. They're great. I need that. Give us a song, okay? Another great performance of the night was, I like Chaperone. Pink Pony Club. What's funny is that, I don't know if you guys remember Brittany from Salt Lake City, or Brittany, was walking around the airport singing Pink Pony Club, and then clicked to me that Chaperone song. That was a cute performance. I liked her acceptance speech when she won Best New Artist. Hopefully she keeps that momentum going, because my boyfriend made a point to me. He was like, Best New Artist is kind of like the kiss of death, in a sense. And I could see that, because it's like, most of the time when people who win Best New Artist, they kind of just fall off, in a sense. And it's not the same from how they were before. So hopefully Chaperone will continue that momentum and, continue to kill it. Black people. What a way to start out Black History Month was that a Black person won Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year. Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys for Not Like Us. I know Drake is seething right now, because what? Imagine a diss record about you and The person ends up winning 5 Grammy Awards, and on top of that, they're performing for the Super Bowl and going on tour based off that one diss record. I don't know if I would be able to survive that. Like, for real. I do not know that. And what's even crazy is that when he was accepting his award, everyone was singing, like dancing, and I was one of those people. I was like, cause look, Not Like Us is it's a bop. It's a good song. Like Kendrick killed it, and on top of that, he gave us a great album. So yeah, he deserved everything that that's coming his way because he's just a great artist. He's a great rapper. I really enjoyed his music. I'm even enjoying it better now because I think the GNX album was just like a tribute to LA. I wish I was from LA after listening to that album. It's a really, really good album. So shout out to Kendrick for winning record and song of the year. And like really, shout out to everyone in the Grammy Awards who was singing along to the song when he was getting his award and, screaming A minor. That was iconic, okay? And you even got Beyonce dancing. Beyonce did a little, like keeping it cute. Like, I'm like, she's probably doing the crip walk in her head, like, hey, that's my nigga. And everyone says, this is off subject, but everyone says that Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar are work husband and wife. And to some extent, that I think they're more like work brother and sister. Kendrick Lamar's work wife is SZA. They make magic together. I mean, from 2018, what is it called? Oh God, from the Black Panther soundtrack. Man, let me. I forgot how it went, but that was a beautiful song. 30 for 30, Luther. They make magic. So yes, Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce are like work brother and sister, but Kendrick Lamar and SZA are like work husband and wife. It's like that's like your bestie. Y'all make magic together. They can make beautiful songs. So yeah, and shout out to SZA for winning another Grammy for Saturn. Congratulations. And Beyonce, they finally gave our girl album of the year. Right. They finally gave it to her. They finally got it right. And I think it really is because they added, I don't know if y'all noticed, like every time when someone was presenting an award, they were like, and to the 13,000 new Academy, whatever. I'm like, okay, so what y'all telling me is that y'all probably added more people with sense to the Recording Academy because these awards that came out during the Grammy Awards made sense. It was like, okay, I can agree. These are great wins. Sabrina Carpenter winning Best Pop Album. I agree. It was Short and Sweet was a very short and sweet album. I loved it. 10 out of 10. No skips. Doechii winning Best Rap Album. Kendrick with Record and Song of the Year. It made sense. It made sense. So with Beyonce, I knew Beyonce was going to win. For some reason, I'm like, the way these awards are going and like how everything is kind of like, okay, I can see that. I can see that win makes sense. I was like, Beyonce's gonna win album of the year. And when that firefighter lady kind of like held the envelope to her chest, I was like, Beyonce, just get up, girl. You got it. It's yours. It's yours, girl. Get up and accept your award. Cowboy Carter is one of Beyonce's best work. It's cohesive. She gave us vocals, okay? Like singing opera during Daughter, and just like she gave us country rock, country pop, country rap, if that's even a thing. And it was just a great album all along, and I'm looking forward to the tour. She also announced her tour on the morning of the Grammys. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what she's able to give us, how she's going to put on the interludes. That's my favorite part of a Beyonce show, are the interludes. And I'm excited to see how she's going to do that, how she's going to, like, how the interludes are going to look. And I'm also excited about how she's going to perform those slower songs like Daughter, Protector, My Rose. And she's going to do how she did Renaissance and perform every song on the album. Are we going to have another big three? Because let me tell you this, Beyonce. Atlanta is the last show. So if you're going to do the show, how you did Renaissance World Tour, then you gonna give us a big three. There's going to be a big three on this tour, and I'm thinking it might be Two Most Wanted, Levi Jeans, and Jolene. I don't know. This is just my, it's just my opinion. Don't make it a fact, okay? But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully everybody's getting their tickets. It's gonna be mayhem because it's only 9 cities. She did not include Las Vegas in the on the dates on Ticketmaster, so that just lets me know that she's probably gonna be performing at the Sphere, and I would love to see that, but it's a lot going on, Beyonce, and having to fly to Vegas, it's just a lot. I'll watch it on my iPod. Or YouTube, because people are going to record it. So recently I've been like watching movies with my boyfriend and I, and one movie that really stuck out to me was Blink Twice. I hate that I liked it, but it was a really good movie. Like, the theme of it is very psychological thriller, and Naomi Aki, I think that's how I really wish, I hopefully I said her name right. Though it's the same woman that plays I Want to Dance with Somebody in the Whitney Houston biopic. She plays in this in this movie, and honestly, her time is coming. She's a great actress, and she has range. I'm looking forward to seeing what else she's able to give us as time goes on. But if you haven't seen Blink Twice, it is directed by Zoe Kravitz. I know we kind of still mad at her, but we gotta give her props. She did I'm gonna do the New York clap. Good job, Zoe. Good job, girl. I'm still side-eyeing you, but good job. Channing Tatum did an awesome job playing the villain. And the ending, I want y'all to see. The ending is great. It's like girl power. Throw your hands up if you know that you a star. Better stand up if you know that's who you are. Never give up, never stand down. Girl power, hey. Where's Cheetah Girls at? Hello? It's very much that. It's I'm not gonna spoil it too much. Just watch it. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. I know we ain't fucking with Amazon, but I believe it's on Amazon Prime right now. Also, Conclave is another good movie that I enjoyed. I don't know if, I'm growing up as a Catholic. A conclave is when the Pope dies, all the cardinals come together and choose the next Pope. And in this movie, it's a lot of scandal on the people who are trying to be the next Pope. And the ending is a huge plot twist. So if you haven't seen it, please go take the time out to see it. It's Valentine's Day. Watch it with your bae or with your loved ones. And speaking of Valentine's, I know everyone who's single is probably out there, probably a little sad or down. But I want you to love on your loved ones. Valentine's Day is about a day of relationship, not just romantic, but also platonic. So call your mom. Call your best friend, hang out with them. It's a day of love. So show love to everyone that you love. So, Atlanta legend has passed, and if you were a teenager back in 05 and 06, you know about DJ and Walk It Out. So let me tell you this. I want to walk it out for DJ one time. Y'all mind if I do that? Just walk it out for him one time. I'm just gonna try put my back into it just a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. All right. My knees ain't how it used to be when I was 15, but R.I.P. DJ Unk, you gave us 2 classic hits, Walk It Out and Two Step. So, I'm out of breath, y'all. Okay, but anyways, speaking of music, new music from Lady Gaga with Abracadabra. It's been looped in my mind for days. Let's talk talk about the choreography. Killed it. This is Gaga's best video to date since Telephone. To me, shout out to Paris, the choreographer that did Rihanna's Super Bowl performance. She did Buckin' for Beyonce Christmas special. She also did Doja Cat with everyone's wearing the long hair. She did that. Keep her around, okay? She is probably one of the greatest female choreographer of our time, hands down. Because abracadabra, abracadabra, feel the beat under, yes. I mean, like, I love it when Gaga is like dark and like, you know, very like, it's giving Fame Monster, it's giving Bad Romance, it's all that. Like, I love it when Gaga is, this is Gaga for me, okay? I am excited to see what else she's gonna release, or like what other singles she has from the album Mayhem coming out March 7th. I'm looking forward to it. Gaga, you got me. That video, insane. I'm looking forward. I've been playing it non-stop. That's like the first song that I start playing in the car after work or like on my way out. It just gets the mood right. It makes you want to bust a move, okay? Gaga, I'm ready, girl. I'm ready. You killed it. Shout out to everyone who worked with you on the video. It's an awesome video. I am looking forward to watching the video again. Because I'm probably going to watch it after I finish recording this. It's just that iconic. From the looks, especially when she did that one part when she's like on the ground, she's looking like at the camera. I'm like, that's cut. That's like, what? No words, Gaga. You got it, girl. You got it. Oscar noms were released late last month. I'm just gonna talk about the two categories that I know are, I'm just gonna give my prediction for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. Best Actress, I don't, as much as I wanted Cynthia Erivo to get it, I don't think it's gonna go to her. I think it's gonna go to Demi Moore. I think Demi Moore did an awesome job in Substance. I didn't see Honora, so I can't speak on it. I can only speak on the movies that I've seen, which were Wicked and Substance. And between those two, I'll give it to Demi Moore. I'm not saying Cynthia Erivo did a bad job as far as acting. She did a wonderful job, but she was kind of like, I don't know her really, but she was kind of like how I've always seen her in movies, just very like meek, timid, like didn't really give a lot. Now when it comes to original song, Defying Gravity is getting it, because Cynthia Erivo took Defying Gravity to a whole nother level. She added some stank to it, so I'm rooting for Defying Gravity when it comes to Best Original Song. But Best Actress, I don't know. I don't know. But one thing I do know for sure, Ariana is winning Best Supporting Actress for her role as Glinda. She was Kristen Chenoweth. She wasn't acting like herself. Her voice was different. She acted different. She did a great job. I am rooting for Ariana Grande to win that because she killed her role. And even with the singing, what? With Nora Moore's The Wicked? The Wicked! I mean, like, I can't even reach that high. And she did a great job. Like, she didn't sound like Ariana. She sounded like Glinda, which a lot of people, the foundation of Glinda is Kristen Chenoweth, because she was the first person to play Glinda on Broadway. So she's kind of like the blueprint of the character, and she killed it. Ariana killed it playing Glinda, and I'm looking forward and hoping that she wins the Oscar. So fingers crossed, we'll just have to see. Hey, what's up, y'all? So in the spirit of Valentine's Day and spreading the love, I wanted to talk about relationships and like love languages, and who else better to discuss that with me than my boyfriend, my Valentine's Day, Mr. Francis Baker. What's up?
Hey.
So we're just gonna just get straight into it. Describe what it was like meeting me for the first time.
It was just like a unique like experience. I feel like dating in Atlanta, I think like meeting new people in Atlanta is really easy to do because we have like a larger population than like most cities of like gay men. So it's really easy to like meet people. So I feel like that's really easy to do. But when I say like it was like a unique experience, like I was meeting a lot of people.
Yeah.
And everything was just kind of like, oh, this is cool, but like it wasn't anything like special. And so when we met, it was kind of like, oh, like this is really different, and I want to explore this, like genuinely like explore it. Like I feel like a lot of people, like I said, like you meet and it's cool, and it's cool like getting to know them or whatever, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't like anything special.
Well, what about it? What was it about me that made it special?
Just the chemistry.
Okay.
I think that I don't know, like I think that like that's really important, like when it comes to like dating, because I think a lot of people look at like just surface level, and I think that like chemistry is kind of deeper than like just how you look or what you have on or you know how you carry yourself, like all these things. Like I feel like the chemistry is kind of just like it's that it's something that's a little bit like difficult to describe. Like I feel like it's either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and I think a lot of people like don't, but think that they do because it's like ooh, like that person like looks so good, and like you kind of just have like these like feelings, but don't necessarily like know where they're coming from. And I feel like with us, it was deeper than just like, oh, like you look good.
I have to agree. It was magical. I have to say, we was at the basement. Renaissance just came out, so that's why I always would like refer to you as my Renaissance man, because Renaissance came out maybe 24 hours before, and we were all I invited him out to a Beyonce party at the basement, and he came. I was with my best friend, and he showed up, and we hit it off like off the bat. Like it was I was like, this guy is different. And after the party, I got a text message from you, and you're just like, I don't want this night to end, and we've been on that night ever since. Almost going on, it's been like 2 years, about to be 3. So it's one of my greatest experiences, just like being able to grow with you. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that I was a different person meeting you, and then I'm able, through challenges and everything, being able to grow with you. You know, like where I was able to see, and you definitely help as well. Like you definitely pointed out like some flaws that I didn't think were flaws, and I was like, oh, I didn't see in that perspective, and I can work on that. You know what I mean? Like it's been like that, and it's been vice versa. It hasn't just been one way. It's been like vice versa. So like I can appreciate that. You know, it's not always easy, but it's definitely rewarding when you see, you know, when you feel the change and and see the result. Why don't you tell everyone your love languages? Well, your top 3.
Okay, so I think like my love languages, I think my number 1 is like acts of service.
And why is that your number 1?
I think because I am someone that like tries to do a lot for like other people, and so it really means a lot for me when people try to like do things for me, because I feel like it's, I guess, and then too, like I feel like it means a lot because it's like I think a lot of people are lazy.
Lazy in what, like when it comes to love or relationship, like just
lazy.
Okay.
In general, like I think that like people don't like to like just do things. Like people don't like to work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't be feeling like going to work. That's most of the time.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like when Kim said that, like it seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Oh
like,
my God.
it's really true. So I think that like when someone is willing to like do some work for me, I think that means a lot because it's like it requires like a little bit like more from you than like giving gifts or whatever is like cool, but I don't know, like spending money on me like doesn't really like matter much. Words of affirmation are cool, but like I think what you do means more to me than what you say.
So describe what an act of service would like. How would that look for you? Someone doing something for you.
So I think that it is, so an act of service would be like something as simple as like, okay, when we're like together and I come home and you've put all the dishes up, that makes it easy. Like for me, when I get home, like that's just one less task or like chore that I have to do, and it's like that's free. It's not super time consuming on like your part, but that's something like small that like means a lot to me because it's like I had a long day. I don't really like feel like doing anything when I get home, and now I don't have to, and it's kind of just like now I can just like enjoy my evening, and like that means a lot, you know, because it's like it's like it's thoughtful. It's just really thoughtful, I guess. It's the thing. So,
okay, so it's really just the thought that the person like was able to like make life a little easier for you by doing that. Okay.
Yeah, I think that is just really nice because I think that like that's hard for people. Like I think that like if you can pay for someone else to like do it, or like if I can buy you something or like give you a hug, like I think like those things are easy for people. But I think when you like take the time out of your day to like actually do something like I think that hits different for me.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your other two?
I would say quality time is like important. I'm not. I don't know. Like if I had a choice on like communicating with you, I'd rather like see you in person and spend time with you rather than like calling or texting or anything like that. Like all of those things are great, but to me it's just more satisfying when I can just like spend time with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your last one.
I think that physical touch would be like another thing.
Okay.
It's not like super important to me, but I think that it's more important than like gifts. Like I think gifts are cool, but everybody's not able to like get gifts, and so and everybody's not necessarily like good at giving gifts either.
Yeah.
So
like big with Carrie.
yeah. So it's like that doesn't like hit as hard. Like no, don't get me wrong. Like I love gifts, but it's just not like it's not super like high priority. What else? What are the love languages? Words of affirmation. I think that that's like great too, but again, like for me, I think what you do means a little bit more than what you say.
Okay. I think my top three would be random acts of kindness.
That isn't a love language.
That's not a love language? It is now. Okay, so words of affirmation, physical touch. What's the other one? Because I want to say quality time, but it's like I don't think.
I think so. I think so. Your choices are quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, and gifts.
Okay. So I already said physical touch and words of affirmation. I would. What was the other one? Not okay. I would just on random like top of my head gifts, but it's not about like monetary gifts. Like a gift to me could just be like you. It's kind of like okay. I would have to put like gifts and acts of service in the same thing because to me like acts of service it's kind of like a gift. You know what I mean? It's like someone doing something for you, making your life easier. It's kind of like a gift because like now you don't have to worry about it anymore. And like it's kind of like one less thing I have to worry about. So yeah, I would say that. I think words of affirmation. I'm a type of guy that like I love reassurance, and you know while we've been dating, I would ask randomly like, "Hey babe, I just need some reassurance right now." And I don't think of it as a weakness. I think of it as like it's me being vulnerable. Sometimes I have obsessive thoughts sometimes, and those thoughts do take over. So sometimes, I just need some reassurance just for my loved ones to say, like, am I doing a good job? Like, what is it that I can do better or anything? It's like, I think it just reassures me that, like, I'm doing the best that I can, or I'm doing it,
I think that's, like, interesting, and I think, like, something maybe you should explore next is your attachment style. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I definitely heard of that.
Yeah, so I think like that's something you should like explore because I think it's interesting hearing that like you enjoy reassurance because it makes me wonder like what your attachment style is, and kind of based off of that, it kind of sounds like you have a I can't remember like what the. You mind Googling that real quick?
Yeah.
I feel like yours would be 3 attachment styles. Or, yeah, just, sorry. There we go. Secure attachment, avoidant, and anxious. Yeah, so I think hearing that yours kind of gives a little bit of an anxious like, attachment style.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Yeah, so I would be curious to see like what your thoughts are on like attachment styles in relation to love languages as well.
I'm reading the anxious, and like I do tend to do that at times. Yeah, I do that. I do that. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely like to dive into that more. But yeah, like I like reassurance just because like it's something that, when doubts comes, like I have no problem reassuring my partner and just letting him know, like, yeah, like, you're doing it. Like, I want to just tell you, like, you're doing a great job. So that's really what it is. It's like, it's kind of like a progress report in a sense. Like, when kids are in school and they receive their progress report in the middle of the semester, just reassures them that, okay, I'm doing what I need to do. If you have good grades, that you're doing what you need to do. And if you have bad grades, it just reassures you that you need to do better. Okay? So it's kind of like that for me. And of course, physical touch. I love physical touch. We're friends here, and I'll just start rubbing his arm. It's just like, I don't know, it just lets me know that he's there. And I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to like physically touch my partner and just, have fun, Don't even, I know what some people are thinking, but sometimes I do that too.
I thought it went over my head.
It went over your head, right? Because I'm that slick. What has been your greatest memory with our dating? Like, with dating me, what has been your greatest memory? There's so many.
I think that, I don't know, greatest, I think that's hard because I feel like I haven't taken a second to like kind of rank everything.
Well, what's the first thing that comes to mind then?
Like, so right now, like, I think the first thing that kind of comes to mind was kind of like introducing you to everyone. I feel like some people would call it like a hard launch, is what the kids call it today. But I think that like for my birthday party, like kind of that was like a moment of like introducing you to everybody, but also kind of like cutting people off at the same time. So it was just kind of like, hey, like my friends and family or like whoever, like this is like who I'm with. But then also like anybody else that I was like talking to, like, hey, this is now like has been shut down.
Yeah.
This is who I'm with. So yeah, and so that was like the moment. But the reason why it was like memorable to me is because I think parties are stressful, and I was really stressed out that night because I had like a lot to do, and I like took it upon myself to like just do everything. And I have a really hard time with like delegating tasks, which is why I think I like acts of service, because one of the like habits that I've kind of like picked up from like just my family, and I don't like, I've kind of heard that this is kind of like a trait that a lot of women have. And being around like a lot of women in my family, I think I've kind of picked it up as well. But like, you're very observant, and before someone comes and like asks you to do something, you've already noticed that like, oh, this needs to be done. I'm just gonna like do it. And I felt like that's what you were doing like at my birthday party. It was just like, okay, I see this needs to be done or that needs to be done, and you kind of just stepped in and did it, rather than it being like, hey, I know you're stressed, but like, can you give me like some tasks to like do? Because it like, to me, like that kind of just was like everybody was like asking like, hey, how can I help? What can I do? And I'm looking around, like there's a million things that like need to be done, but like no one could like see what needed to be done. It was just like, hey, can you tell me what needs to be done? And I'm like, I'm trying to get people inside. People are calling me. I'm trying to like get music together. I'm trying to like, it was just a lot going on, and I felt like you just stepped in without like needing me to hold your hand at the same time. It was just kind of like, I'm gonna just get this done. And that was like memorable to me because I feel like a lot of people just don't have that skill. Like they need people to like kind of hold their hand and like, hey, now you do this and now you do that. And I don't know, something about someone that's just able to like take charge and just like get shit done, to me is very like attractive. And so seeing you do that like in that moment, which is kind of like, now this is why I'm like introducing him to everybody.
I think that was the night when I realized that like that I loved you. Was that birthday party. It was, I can't describe the feeling. I can't, because I just got back from a cruise, and I was up all day and everything. You picked me up in the airport. We was running around and everything, and I was just like, I guess after seeing you with your friends and seeing you with people, I was just like, oh my god, like I think I really am starting to love this guy. Like we've been dating for a couple of months by then, because we started dating in July. Your birthday's October, so it's been a couple of months, and we spent like really we were seeing each other weekly, like on a weekly basis. So I don't remember like the exact moment that you did at the party that made me realize that I love you, but I think me going out of my way and like doing things without even thinking about it was like, you love this guy, you know what I mean? I wanted the party to be a success. So I was like, I want to do my part to make sure that it is going to be a success. So yeah, I think that was a good memory.
And I would like agree. Like I think that's kind of when I realized like I love you too, because I felt seen like in that moment where it's just like, okay, this person sees my needs. And that's again, like that's why acts of service is important, because it's like you ain't even gotta like say a word. I just see what you need, or I know what you need, and I'm gonna take care of it. And it's like that's attractive. Like I feel like that just is like, that just shows like how in tune you are with the person, where it's just like, I know what your needs are, and I also have the ability to like fill your needs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because it's like everybody doesn't see that. Like people can look at you and just like, he's doing great, and he's got it on his plate. You know, but like when people were just like, you can look and see like, I think he needs this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go like do this or go get it for him or whatever.
I think what it is also is like I love hosting. So I kind of just put my hosting hat on and just had like a great time. Granted, like I didn't know a lot of people at the party, you know, but I was like, this is Francis' birthday. He's worked very hard for this. Like I'm gonna make sure I do my part to help and for it to be for it to be a great party. And it was a great party. So yeah, I just put my shyness to the side because I saw that you were stressed and was just like, I'm just gonna get to it. Okay, so while we're on the topic of love languages, I want to have a discussion with you specifically about words of affirmation. I had to believe that saying that the I means a lot, and when you're saying I miss you, I love you, the I is like a very strong point. It makes me feel like, you know, your intentions are deep. Instead of saying love you or miss you, it's kind of just like half-assing it, especially with happy birthday with the HBD. It's always been a pet peeve of mine when people will be like HBD because I feel like you could just write it out. It doesn't take long to write it out, especially with autocorrect. Usually when you type in happy birthday is right there, you know, just tap. So I like to hear your thoughts about like how you feel about these words of affirmation. Do you think that the I makes a difference or not?
So I think that it does, but I think that it's like case by case.
Okay.
I think that I think really like what's important is like the person's like intention behind it. So yeah, I think it really just comes down to like the person's like intention behind it.
So the I stands for intention. So if someone put I, that means that the intent is deeper than.
Not necessarily. I mean, I get like I see like where you're coming from with that, but I also think that like in some cases it could be considered like a little bit like nitpicky or like it can be like a little bit like nitpicky because it's like. I think one of the hardest lessons about love that I've realized is like sometimes people are unable to love you, literally like don't have the ability to love you in the way that you would like to receive it, but it doesn't mean that they love you any less.
Okay.
Because I think that anything that someone does for you, you should be grateful for that. Like, think about, like, so, like, this past week of Beverly Hills, for example. Sutton took Garcelle home to, like, meet her mom, right? Yeah. And she took Kyle as well. So, Kyle, Sutton, and Garcelle all go meet Sutton's mom. Garcelle thought it would be nice to get Sutton's mom a gift. So she like presents the gift and you can like tell that like Sutton's mom is like
a scarf.
Like she's like not really into it, you know? And you can tell that like Garcelle is kind of like bothered by it because it was like, well damn, like I tried to like do something nice and you're like insinuating that it's not good enough or it's not a good gift or any, you know, and like her thought was just like, okay, well next time like I just won't get anything like Kyle did, you know. So it's kind of like that where it's just like, yes, we miss the mark from time to time, especially like if you don't know people well, like but it's really more so like the thought. It's just like that's what really matters more than anything. But I feel like you kind of have to like step back and ask yourself like, why would I not be grateful for this? Because people like were thinking of me as opposed to like not thinking of me, you know?
I get it. Okay. from now on, when I do feel like that, I'm gonna think about Sutton's mom and how it looked on TV.
Yeah, like
it wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
So okay, I can see your perspective, and like it's gonna be a day by day theme because it is like an ick of mine, but I'm gonna look at it differently now. Like instead of getting annoyed and expecting the worst, I'll just be like, okay, like I'm thankful that they thought of me that day. You know what I mean? Even though they missed the mark, they took their time out to wish me HBD. So I mean, and it's going back to the I for intention. It is a case by case thing because sometimes love you would suffice. You know what I mean? Like let's say like when we're like leaving each other, love you too. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of just like a quick casual, farewell. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I know what I've noticed with us is that when we know a time and place to say the I and to not say the I. You know what I mean? Like when it's deep, intimate conversation, the I is always present, And when it's just a casual, it's kind of like, okay, because it's kind of like, it's formal and then casual, you know what I mean? Formal, the I is like, your intentions are deep, like, yes, I love you. And sometimes you just like, we're just passing by, like, love you too. So I used to be a firm believer, just like the I has to be present every time, but with dating and getting a different perspective, you like, you know what? It is a case by case situation, and it doesn't. It means a lot more, but sometimes you should just already know the person love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a part of it, but I think like I agree with that. I think part of it too is just kind of really like taking inventory for yourself and figuring out like why do you feel this way? Because it's like, is it a thing of like, okay, I don't think that this person really like meant it, or is it a thing of like it just is not really like good enough for me? And I feel like with both things, it's just like, okay, well, why? Why is it not good enough for you? Or why do you not believe it? Like when that person like says it in that way, I think like those are things like people kind of have to like question. And I don't know. Yeah.
I agree. Like, what is one of the greatest qualities of having a long-lasting relationship?
Emotional intelligence.
Okay.
I know we talk about like communication, and I think that that's really like a big part of it. But I think like taking it even a step further is working on yourself. And I don't think that everyone is willing to work towards being the best version of themselves. I think people get to a certain place and it's like, I'm good. I don't have anything like more that I need to like work on. Like I've done the work. And I don't think that we ever get to a place where like we're done growing or we're done doing work. Like I think that there's always something that you can be working on about yourself, and I think that that is really what makes a relationship kind of last, is like being able to be emotionally mature. So like there are going to be things that like are done or said that like aren't nice, or y'all are gonna like, we're gonna get on each other's nerves. All of these things, like everything is not always like good, or everything is not always like up. It's going to be like down. There are going to be like these like hard moments, and I think that you have to be able to put your feelings aside, put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and really like look at the facts and try to come to like some type of like resolution. And I think that emotional maturity is a really big like part of that, is being able to like, okay, I know I may like feel this way, but I can't act off of this. Like I may be like angry or mad, but like just because I feel like slapping you don't mean like that's the like. And I'm not
I'm like, Lemon who? You make me feel. You make me feel. Like I feel like fearless in a way. Like you, when I'm with you, it's like the outside world is just like it just doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It's like we have fun together. You make me laugh. I think that was the first thing that I've noticed about you was that you made me laugh. I mean, cackle. You would say things like the craziest thing at the craziest time, and I'm just like, what? And it kind of reminded me of like my mom in a sense, like where it's just like she said something like funny out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's like, I remember that one time we was watching Selena, I will never forget it. And you was like, hey, Sierra. And I was like, oh my God. So it's just like, I think that's one of the greatest things that like, one of the greatest feelings I have of you is that like I feel fearless and like you make me laugh. Like you make me just forget about like what's going on. And just like, we have fun, but we also like work very well together. Like we, you know, every day is not going to be like a weekend. We do work. We are pushing each other to be the greatest version of ourselves, and I like that. You know what I mean? Like it's challenging, but I love the challenge because I'm a better man because I'm able to, I'm dating you. Like you helped me and to become like, oh wow, like I can do this, you know what I mean? Like you push me, you encourage me, and I like that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes like I do need that extra push, you know. And I think with you, it's like I do the same for you. It's like we're also like we're having fun, but we also push each other to be the best version of ourselves. So yeah, I remember one day you told me every day I choose you. Like every day when you wake up, you choose me. Like you're not in this because you have to be in this. You're in this because you want to be here, you know. And like is the greatest intention of all. It's like you're here because like this is where you want to be, you know. So,
but I think like to your point, there is a place. So I think like that was why the attachment thing is like interesting to me, because I think one of the things that I learned from it is that like you don't just have one attachment style. Like it kind of like flows.
Yeah.
And it's really dependent on your partner. Like it's partly you and how you are, but also how your partner kind of like treats you.
Yeah.
And I think that like for myself, that's one thing that I've kind of like learned is like sometimes people can become and have like an anxious attachment style because their partner doesn't do anything to like reassure them. So it's like you're constantly like worried and like questioning things because your partner doesn't do anything that like makes you feel secure in the relationship.
Yeah.
But it's like when they are doing those things, you do feel secure. And I think like that's where I've kind of like moved to, because I think that I've been in relationships where I've had like an anxious attachment style where it's just like, do they like me? Are they attracted to me? Like all of these things. And I guess like that's another thing like with us is it's like I never question that.
Yeah.
I never think like, is he into me? Like, you know, just all of these things.
Yeah.
Like you've made me have like a secure attachment style. But I know being on the flip side of it, having been in a situation where like I've been anxious, it's like I have to do a better job of also making sure that like you feel secure too.
Yeah.
Because it's like you could just be just an anxious person just in general, right? But if your partner is not doing anything to like make you feel secure, you can never get to that place of like having a secure attachment.
Yeah.
You know?
I do have like at times I do have an anxious attachment style, but as overall in this relationship, it's been very secure. You know what I mean? Like I don't even question it. Like I don't question, oh, if you like me or if I'm in the right relationship. Like I don't even question it because you show me all the time, every day, and it's like I'm so secure in it, which is like I don't even worry, and that's how you know you're in a good, healthy relationship when you don't even worry about how your partner feels about you because your partner shows you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Agreed.
So this is it. This is the end. Thank you so much for doing this for me. Oh, and with me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all. Happy Valentine's Day, and thank y'all for watching. Till next time. And my birthday is coming up. Y'all can wish me HBD. What you know what that's called? Growth. Okay. Happy HBD. Wait, HBD me. That's okay. That's okay. All right, y'all. Peace out. Bye.